All right. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? How are we doing? Welcome to a new live stream. Let me adjust the camera. Some final adjustments here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, thank you guys for coming along. This is another live stream. Today we're gonna be drawing heads. I was preparing before all of this, getting ready. Can you guys hear me properly? If everything fine? I'm gonna add a little bit of music on the background, so nothing too loud. So I wanna say hello, hola a todos chicos, hola, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos. Yokoso, irashaimase, genki desu ka minasan? How are you guys doing today? Doing good? Bienvenidos. Bueno chicos, today we're gonna be drawing, I guess, like the title says, we're gonna be drawing heads. And for today, I'm gonna be drawing, let's see, I wrote it somewhere here. So we're gonna be doing some exercises first. So we're gonna do a 3-minute drawing. 3-minute drawing exercise, and that's gonna be like drawing the structure, focusing on a structure, getting the first like warming up of the basic shapes, that mostly being the head, finding the basic construction and how I do that construction, right? And we're gonna be doing that during this time. That's why it's 3 minutes. I don't want to be focusing on details at this moment, so this is gonna be 3 minutes. Then we're gonna move to like 5. Like we're gonna go to like 5 minutes, and this is gonna be more of like adding more features, adding features. My writing is not that good today. Adding features. We're adding like the eye and all that stuff. And we'll also be adding this time more structure and more planes, no? We're gonna be focusing on planes and structure. And then the other one's gonna be like, I think like maybe still 5 minutes or 10 minutes. We'll see how it goes, but maybe 10 minutes is too much. But when drawing heads, we can spend a lot of time drawing that, you know, tiny details and work. So I'm not sure 10 minutes. I usually don't. I don't know, 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't think about a limit time for like when I'm drawing more. But and the 10 minutes is gonna be more of like, yeah, adding details, no? Adding details, and, you know, refining, and I think that's how you write it. Refining details and explaining more, and more like a free session, more like a free drawing for me, because I have different ways of drawing the head. But I want to start with, this is kind of like the structure of today, and, you know, very messy how I do my list of things that I have to do, no, of that we're gonna be doing today. And this is gonna be fun because I'm gonna be adding like extra elements. Before I continue, I want to let you know that in the description below there's a Pinterest board with the information, with the reference that we're gonna be using today. So you can go and click on the description, and there's gonna be a Pinterest board with all the images that I've been using today, and some more that I've been adding, right? And then there's also some like highlighted tutorials. Let me write. Things like this. Highlighted tutorials that I have done in the past that covers the structure, right? highlighted tutorials, highlighted head tutorials, because I have 2 tutorials where I explain step by step how I do all of these. So if you guys want to revise that, then you guys can revise how I construct the face and I construct all that. The tutorials are a little bit old, but the knowledge is the same. So if you go and check the description, you can find the tutorials. Let's get rid of this highlighted word because I don't think it's necessary, but you know, you guys can find some of that head tutorials that I have there and check that, and you know, go step by step, because the thing about drawing the head, it can take like a long time. This is not something like I just teach you here and that's done. But I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna go with a both half and half, like the things that I know, the things that I like to do when I draw, and the things that you can look for when you draw the head, and all of that stuff. Okay, so the information is down there. Also, my brushes for Procreate are down there, because I get the questions a lot. So the brushes, the tutorials, and the pinboard with the images are gonna be in the description down there, so you can open that and check it, so you can see that. I think I added another Pinterest, or you can visit my Pinterest and you're gonna find a head planner, like a head, like it's called like a skulls and heads, something like that. And there you will find more reference for the head structure that you can use for your studies, you know. And all of that information is down there, so don't worry. I mean, if you want to know that, then just go down there. I make sure this time to add all of that, so you guys can go to like the place and then you get it, right? You get it there. And so yeah, so that will be what we're gonna be doing today. So, and I already did some drawings here. These were like warm-ups for me, because I need my warm-ups. And before starting with some photos or anything, before we go and dive into it, I want to, you know, go over some of the techniques or some of the ways that I draw the head. This is not like a special way of drawing it, but this is how I tend to draw when I'm like warming up of any kind. I always draw the head structure. Like I have done this so many times. Like I have done this. This is the way I like to draw the head, you know. I always like to add the neck, and I draw this structure. And if you see my sketchbook, sometimes I'm just chilling and I'm just drawing this stuff again and again and again and again and again. I just draw it so many times, and because it's like my base, right? Here we can go anywhere we want. We can have the skull, and then always add the neck, right? And this is kind of like the process that I like to do for my drawings. I already know many of the information, obviously, that's why I'm doing this. Of planes, I know the information of volumes and what are the parts to look. So I'm not always creating like every construction and all of that step-by-step construction. Of course, I have done that in the past a lot. So when I'm drawing the head, I'm probably gonna be skipping some of these and then just adding the marks that I need, right? And that will be for like most of the rest of my drawings. But this structure, this part of the drawing, is the most important, I think, for everybody to get. It's very simple though, but it's very, you always need to practice this, or like just draw it. So it's like second nature, right? So I'm always drawing this stuff, and it's funny because like after I do this, I can just change it, or I can make the head bigger, or I can play with the same structure and just have fun, right? You can have fun with this stuff. And so it's always like the same pattern. And sometimes I just do the same head again and again and again. It doesn't matter. I just do it a lot of times, right? So I always do that. I always do these drawings and I always start with a circle. I'm gonna do that step by step right now, so when I keep doing it, I don't have to repeat it every time, right? Because also it's on the tutorial, right? So we want to have that kind of circle first, And from here we can go anywhere, right? This is kind of like telling like where the head or the mask is gonna go. And this represents all of this area here, which is like a ball, right? All of this stuff is the head, right? The cranium or the brain area. That's where I'm trying to like find that mass. And then after that, I'm gonna, you know, attach the jaw and the neck and everything, right? But this is what it is for, so you don't get confused. This is kind of like, this is that mass. And then I like to bring one line down from one side, and then maybe like a center line, depending. And then I start building my head. This is the side of the head. I already explained this on the tutorial, so you can check that. And then I go down and I bring the jaw, right? Sometimes I like to keep it very loose because I know I might change things, and sometimes you just make some marks. I like to, you know, at the ears, and then I like to draw a line from the top of the ear to find where I'm gonna add the, you know, the forehead, right? The forehead, this forehead, and then I can focus on the rest, right? Focus on the rest. I will suggest you guys to do a lot of studies of skulls. I've done so many, and I learned more about the face and the head and the construction and all of that just by doing so many. And I love to draw skulls, so it's like a plus, right? Who doesn't like to draw skulls, right? So I always like drawing. I like to draw these. If you have seen my artwork before, I always like to throw some kind of like skull drawing. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Skull. That's a hard word, right? So I like to do my skull drawing. This is what without reference, right? So I have done plenty, and I suggest you to study this a lot, because at the end, all of these features that we have here of the face and everything is just, everything is just inside that. It's on that skull, right? So that's kind of like the structure of it. These steps are ways of just lay down the main masses of our faces and all that. But learning how to draw the skull like properly, and this is from imagination, so I might look at a reference somewhere like later on, and you will get more of that mass. If you see the skull, you know, this is the area I was talking about, right? All of this at the top. This is the mass that I try to look when we are doing that circle. That circle that we do here, that's what I'm representing with this. And that's just the first step, right? Because we can represent that as a circle, as a sphere. I would like to say sphere instead of a circle, because a circle is flat, but a sphere has volume, right? So a sphere is like it has volume. Well, that was not cute. Right? It has a volume, right? So I like to say more sphere than a circle. Circle is just like flat, right? So I like to think more about this is like a circle, but then I want to make it as a sphere. So what I do is start like dividing it, right? Divide that. I start dividing the sphere and adding some volume, and then you just draw like a beach ball. You just draw a beach ball, and then that's it. That's all you need to know. Just draw a beach ball, and then you will be able to draw a head. And basically that's what it is, right? And because it's a sphere now, it's a 3D object, right? It's a three-dimensional, and you can put this inside a box, right? Inside a box. That's where that sphere lives, right? So this is probably the hardest part, to be honest, when drawing the head, is that because we say always like, oh, just draw a circle, and then just find this and this, but your brain's like, I don't know where to put this stuff. It's like, I don't know where, right? Because circle is just flat, like I said. But if we think about it as a sphere, and then we have divisions, you know, just by having these divisions, adding form, then we have we have like a three-dimensional object, and that's what we want to have. We have to have that sense of a sphere, volume, and inside a box somehow, right? Because we know that we have a face, right? We have a face, but the face has it's like it's inside a box, right? We have the front of the face, and then you have the side of the face with the ear. So we have to think about those. Which side is the front, and what is the sides, right? So that that we have a better sense of how to move this, because then later we can move that box, and we can actually have some kind of like more complicated structure, right? Because we have like a box, and then we have the nose, and we have a sense of where things are gonna be in different positions. And this is when it gets difficult, right? Because we are drawing the head in different positions, but it's just basically drawing that head, and then drawing that sphere and put it like inside here, right? So, and these are the things that I want to find when I'm drawing the head, regardless if I see the photo and it's very complicated, you know. If we see the photo is too complicated, just try to see a photo and then like, okay, this is the mass of the head and the face is kind of like tilted, so I wanna try to find like if I imagine a box there, maybe I can find the way of like the tilt of the eyes, the corners of the head, and the ear and everything, no? But we kind of know that it's inside a box, okay? So yeah, that will be kind of like how I think that we should be thinking when we do this. And that's why when it comes to this, I already know that my box is like here. So as we learn to draw more and more and more and more, we don't think about these boxes. We have that box in our brain. We have that box where all of these things, these elements are gonna be living inside that box. And that way we're gonna have more structure, and we're gonna have like a nice three-dimensionality to our things, because we divide things, and then we can focus on the specifics, right? That is all the rest of the mouth and whatever we're gonna draw. And this applies for like I mean, kind of like a realistic way, but it doesn't matter, because if you want to draw like anime characters or whatever, it's just about proportions, but it's the same kind of thing. Now the sphere, and we find the head and the jaw, and we find the ear, and then we find maybe we need to make the head a little bit bigger, right? And then we can add the rest in a more like an anime style. But still, the more structure you know, and more of the planes you know, you can actually make the right lines into your drawing and make it look more like an anime, or like more like cartoonish. But it's just, that's why it's so hard to draw anime. Sometimes it's really hard to draw anime, even though the drawings are simple. It's really difficult because you have to know where are you gonna place those lines, right? And that's the thing, like this knowledge that I'm saying, it applies for any kind of characters you want to draw. It doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter. It's just having that three-dimensionality on your drawings, and you know, figure out those things as according to the character. And that's something that it took me a long time to understand, because like, oh man, I don't want to draw like realistic heads or like all of that stuff. Like, I just want to have fun drawing my anime characters or whatever. But I found myself like having a lot of trouble figuring out how things should look, and how things should like look in a more simplified way, like anime, right? Anime, and this is like a generic way of drawing anime, because there's like a lot of different ways of doing the anime, right? According to whatever you guys are, your style is. It's like, if you look at like, I don't know, Death Note, the characters look different, more realistic. So that's the thing. If you look at JoJo, or yeah, if you like a JoJo manga, or like a JoJo anime, you will see that they use the lines of the face to kind of like emphasize a structure, and it's like very is there, right? So just other elements are simplified to make it look like more like an anime. So is that kind of bar that we have here, is like realistic and more like cartoonish meaning anime. cartoon and a realistic, right? So we have to, we can move freely from here to here to here to whatever our style is, you know. But the more you know this realistic way of drawing, or more like a structural right way of drawing things, this is gonna become so easy. And then maybe there's a point where you don't need to know all of that, all of this stuff, but you can pick and you can change and you can create your own head designs, you know. You can change it and you can draw all the different, you can find your style basically, right? Because you know this is the study that we do, all the stuff that we do, and then we can translate it and change it to this, right? And then we can create other characters, like changing the face, changing the head, changing the proportions. But we know that we know what is the main structure of the head, so we can have freedom, right? Drawing our characters or whatever, like you later decide what kind of like art style you want, right, for your drawings, and what kind of things you want to create with your characters or whatever, right? But is it basically following the same thing? The more lines we add, more structure, it's just gonna make us a better artist regardless, right? And we can have a lot of fun creating different characters for whatever comics we have, and then all our characters won't look the same because we only know how to do the same kind of eye. Oh, we know how to do this eye, and that's how all my characters look the same, right? So that's kind of like my mini lecture about head drawing, right? And this is kind of like what I wanted to like explain again. I know you guys know these, or you haven't seen any of these, but you can, again, check my tutorials, check other people's tutorial, and find other artists that do the drawing the head, other channels here, and try to learn from everything, from everybody. So the lesson is the lesson is to learn from, actually not from everybody, from artists that are good, from good artists, people who have a lot of time drawing, that they have the experience and they can teach you different ways of drawing. If you see a face that doesn't look right and you want to learn the face, I wouldn't go to that, right? I would go to somewhere that someone who knows this stuff and someone who can actually do this. So make sure that you're checking good artists. There's a lot of good artists on YouTube. I will say Ahmed Aldori, Cynics, Proco is a good one, Marco Bucci. All of these guys are really good, and those are the ones I would look for. I'll try to avoid learning how to draw the head for like anime characters only, and more focus on this structure, because this is actually, all of this information will give you freedom to draw whatever you want, however you want. You can draw comics, you can draw cartoony, you can draw whatever. So have freedom by learning the right ways, but learning in different ways, you know, because everybody has the different ways. No, there's a Bridgman, there's Loomis, there's Bridgman. I don't know if I'm gonna write Bridgman well, Bridgman, and there's like Bill Pooh. There's like so many people who have different ways. So always compare different ways of doing this, doing the head, or doing the basic how you call that, doing the fundamentals, and then you combine. Like, I learned how to do this, not because I created this method or anything. I just combine it from different artists, from different ways of solving problems, and even until now, I'm still learning, I'm still practicing, right? Right. So I had to drink some water. It's a lot of talking, guys, so I had to drink some water. So yeah, that's how you're gonna get some freedom. Like, learn this, learn the classical way, learn different ways of doing this. Don't learn only one way. That's a big mistake that artists can make. I just like only this way that these people do, and that should be the only way. Like, be smart, and use this way, use my way, use other ways until that you feel like, okay, now I'm getting this right. Like, I think like all these artists, I think all of these people, Reiq, whatever other artists are saying, all these points are the same and they make sense. Okay, so all right. Well, 27 minutes went, and I was talking about 27 minutes. But yeah, this is information that is here in YouTube, that is in many places. But I just wanted to do this because I didn't want to jump into drawing faces without explaining a little bit what we're gonna be doing, right? Because that's what we want to do. We want to like be able to draw all of this and complete and do all of that. Okay. So, all right, let's get a new layer here, and I'm gonna bring. We're gonna do 3 minute drawings, right? We're gonna do 3-minute drawings, and I'm gonna talk about the head. Before we go to that, I just wanted to clarify some things here. Very important things here. We are not looking to replicate. We are not replicating what we see. I'll see what is replicate. No, like replicar, duplicar. No, duplication. So I'm not trying to make the same thing as I see in the photo. I'm trying to understand, and we have to do a lot of repetition to repeat a lot. Repeat the same drawing a lot until you get it, because the structure is the same. Whatever is on top of the face is whatever you want to be. Also do skull studies. That's the fastest way to improve. Can be hard, but this is the best way. If you know this, everything else become easy. And then later, yeah, that will be. So we are looking like to duplicate what we see on the photo. I'm not aiming for exact likeness. No. Do you really know? I don't know how to say exact like. Well, don't make this. Don't looking for like not likeness, not likeness yet. So don't worry about like, oh, this stuff looks so realistic and he's not drawing it there, or the thing is wrong, and be open to mistakes. Open to, I wouldn't even say mistake. Open to changes. Be positive, no? Open to changes. You can erase. You can change your drawing. You can correct, change it. So repeat it again and try to correct and try to understand. Be open to changes and be open to do this again and again and again. All right. So, well, get your drawings, get your iPads, get your sketchbooks out there, and we're gonna start with 3 minutes. Let me see the settings here before I jump into it. Yeah, let's do 3 minutes. Okay, so let's start this. Thank you for like joining as well. I'm gonna be showing some cool stuff later. I'm gonna be adding later on some of these surprises here. So when we do the face later on, we can see a little bit of the planes of the face according to what we have. So this will be also helping us to have a guide on what are we drawing, you know. This will actually help us. Probably it's not gonna be the same angle as the photos, but this will gonna help us later on to, you know, as some material that we can look at just in case we are kind of like lost. And I prepared these. I don't have all the angles, but I have the main ones, frontal and the sides. So I thought that would be a great tool for us to do. I don't see many people doing it, so yeah. Okay, so let's go and let's do this stuff. Too much talking. Too much talking. All right, let's see a good head to practice. I'm gonna find for something that we can start that is kind of easy. Usually like male faces are good. This is some of the examples of the faces that I've collected for this workshop, so all of these are there. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good face. So this is only like 3 minutes, by the way. So I just only gonna focus on finding. Let me make my screen bigger because I need to see the reference. Okay. So let's do the circle. Let's do the circle first, and then try to bring that jaw. I'm trying to find the angles of the skull there. I'm gonna try to find this circle. Trying to lower, bring that line down here to the jaw, and then we can connect the jaw. Remember, you guys, you can watch this again and again later on. Don't forget to when you divide on the side of the head to find the ear. The ear is one of the best ways to track whatever we're drawing, because from there we get the jaw, and from there we get the neck. You know, so try to think about the head as a whole thing. With, you know, encourage you with draw with the neck, and trying to add other parts of the face of the head. I know it's hard. This is hard, but that's the best way to do. If you only draw the face and don't draw the neck, you're gonna have a hard time. So this is about practicing, right? So I see the face is like this. I like to design or find the side of the face, and then from here try to find the angle, try to find our box. I can see the face is tilted, right? So I can try to find that box a little bit. And if it looks a little bit complicated how I'm doing it, I'm doing a bunch of lines. It's because this is my first one. So if I make mistakes, guys, or I do it in a certain way, well, just repeat the video. So once I have this structure, I do the center line here. Try to find and divide based on the lower part of the ear, where the bottom of my nose is gonna be, right? Then the mouth, and then our face here. And this is 3 minutes. Probably I'm doing too much for 3 minutes, but we will see. This is also my first time doing the stream, so guys, don't judge me. Okay. Also use the hairline to give us like a sense of the structure, right? If you add some of that hairline, it will help us too. But we do the hair after finding the skull, right? Find the nose, find the mouth. I'm gonna try to make it more simplified next time, right? This was just 3 minutes, right? And I added a lot of information, so don't worry if it's too overwhelmed. Just little by little, little by little. And okay, so we find the head, the head. Find the head, skull. Then we find the center line. Try to find the center line. It's not completely straight. She's tilting the head a little bit like this. So we try to find that. We mark where we're gonna draw the jaw, probably like around here, and then we connect our sides. We can see the ear. It's important that we find the ear. The ear is higher, right? It's even higher than her eyes. So that means that we're gonna be able. We have to see more of the skull in the back. So be open to correct things and change and expand and add some of more information if we need, right? You always compare, like, well, it seems like the eyes is here, so probably my eyes are gonna be like down here, right? Also, you can draw a little bit of the eyes, trying to find the eyes in there, and then add like a triangle shape, and then you will find the nose, and then you can do a little mark for the lips, you know, and then the eyebrows, right? So this is kind of like a basic way of doing this. Notice that she has the face has like the cheekbones are really pronounced, So you can see how the cheekbone kind of connect with her mouth here. So that's part of the structure we're gonna need to be breaking down more in the future. And I'm gonna be probably creating a more complicated or more like detailed drawing tutorial for the head. The ones that I have are the basic ones, because I always thought that those are the most important ones, right? Try to draw also the hair to give us like a sense of like where the hair of this person. It gonna help us to give more character to our drawing, right? And if it doesn't look perfect, don't worry. Like I said, we're not looking for likeness. We're trying to like find the eyes. The nose too. The nose is very complicated. That needs another extra tutorial, right? So also when you draw the structure, also notice how the eyebrows can change a little bit of the direction. Is a little bit closer here, right? So it's all about comparison. And well, I jumped really quick, so that's why this part is just construction. So feel free to come back and then draw that. I don't know about this face, but I will draw it later. I know you guys probably would like to draw something more cute, but for our studies, when we're studying, especially warming up, try to find photos like this one. It's on my Pinterest, by the way, but this one will help us to find the structure, and it's because it has like more straight lines, it's easier. I think the female face is harder because it's more subtle. So it's harder for us to find like that three-dimensional like shape and of our faces, right? So the male face is a better way to learn, and then later on you can learn how to draw the female face, and that's a good way of doing this. All right. So I try to find the center line here. Try to divide this a little bit. Try to add marks, some of the angle of the face, maybe the forehead, right? Forehead, I bring that line here. That is my jaw. This is the chin, and then the jaw is here. Notice that there's a shape there that we need to connect. Lines are going there. The ear. Always think about the ear, and the bottom of the ear. What does it match, right? I think it matches the nose, so that will be a good way to like bring that center line and then create that nose there, right? Create that nose. For the mouth, I like to do more like a kind of like a curve there, because it's easier for us to later like break down the lips and everything, right? Also, you can just make a mark for the eyes. Where do you think the eyes are gonna be, right? Also, the shape of the eyebrow. Yeah, that kind of face. This kind of faces is easier to draw. It's actually more fun, especially if you guys are into comics and stuff like that. This is a great one to practice many times. I will draw this like plenty of time. I will not get tired, because you will learn so much by drawing this, like, right? So these are my kind of like my structure ones that I'm doing here. You can add some circles there, some spheres for the eyes, and maybe some more lines for the nose. I like that smile. It's a good way to have like a reference point, you know, have a reference point and build. Also, like I said, draw the neck. The neck is not like this, like a tube. See how it kind of curves like this. I also have a tutorial on how to draw the neck, so you can check that, right? So we have the neck, and then we have the rest of the shoulder and whatever. That will help us, and I probably will draw this stuff again and again and again and again, right? I will later gonna go back with the structure and then with the planar face, and that will help us to find our drawings. As for the girls, for women, when you are drawing the face of the women, it's the same, basically the same thing, you know. draw a sphere. Find the angle of see the eyes. You see that the eyes are not like in a straight line. The eyes are like more like this. Try to find that relationship, and then try to find the relationship with the ear, and that will give us that box that we're looking for, right? That kind of like 3 points, ear and eyes, and then you will see like, oh, it's actually tilting the face a little bit more to the side. All right, so I'm gonna draw the center line here. I'm gonna try to find the side of the head, trying to give it some kind of shape to it. Find the jaw. She has a very defined jaw, so that helps us. But also notice the angle. Like, I'm not drawing like a straight line like this. Notice the angle, how it connects from the ear to the lower part of the jaw, right? Try to find the ear. Ear is here. So based on the ear, we're gonna find more information, right? Find some more information. Try to find the center line. Even if you make mistakes, it's fine. Just try to correct yourself. I'm also making mistakes, and it's fine. This is part of the process, so don't push yourself don't be harsh with yourself if you're struggling, because I struggle too, right? Also try to find that bottom of the nose, like the same. Try to like draw a line for our box, right? I should be drawing more of this box for you guys, right? And then here we're gonna find the bottom of the nose, the eyes. I like to draw like 2 spheres here, and then from there start building the rest of the face. The mouth too. Think about the shape of the mouth, not like not the lips in specific, right? The lips of the whole shape of the lips. And then try to draw the jaw a little bit more. At the neck. The neck is it's thinner, so it feels more feminine, right? More feminine neck. And before we continue, I like to add the hair. The hair is gonna be a good way to frame our face, right? We frame our face by drawing the hair. Oh, well, this is why we need probably more time. So I'm noticing that I need probably more time, but probably will come back to it. This is the one we were doing before, and because, you know, why not? I can continue and I can expand a little bit better. I know I know I'm drawing pretty fast, guys. I know I'm drawing pretty fast, and you guys might want to have more time to do this stuff. That's why the video is recorded, because you can always go back and rewind and do all of that, right? So I don't want to go extra super slow. I want to have the information so you guys can come back to it. So, okay. So this is the point of this video. So you guys come back and practice from this and learn the pointers and, you know, get used to the information, right? You can practice with the photos that I have here on my Pinterest that are there. But the good thing is that we can always keep expanding on the face, on what we have done here. The structure is here. And now I want to find more specific things, like, you know, from the eyes. I want to match the other eye here. I don't want to like keep it like how it is like right now, right? I like to, something that helps me a lot is to find some kind of shadow. If I add a little bit of the shadow inside the eye socket there, I can start finding better shapes. And I think I'm gonna bring the head. I say I was gonna do this later, but I'm gonna bring that face so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I thought I was gonna do more warm-ups, but I guess I'm jumping to this already, right? And I like, because if you have that reference there of that model with the face, you can actually do some shading and work a little bit more of the structure, right? Because you are having that guide there. Notice how the lips are like basically darker on the reference of the mannequin of the head. So we can use that to inform our drawing, right? So don't think that you have to be alone doing this. You can use these models, and that will help you a lot. that will help you a lot to start finding more of this, of the person, of the face, of the head. And again, don't worry too much about being perfect with your thing, with your drawing. Just try to match, try to understand what we're doing here, right? It helps a lot. Look at the jaw. Look down in the jaw there. It creates a nice shadow. So that helps us to build our drawings, adding those shadows. But we need to know where, right? Look at the bottom of the ear. A little bit of shadow there helps a lot, right? So I'm gonna move to another one. Probably we'll go back to it, but let's work on this one here. And for that one, I have a similar kind of face there, kind of like side. So I'm gonna do the same. Gonna go with my sphere. Also look at the picture. Sometimes I'm not looking at the pictures and I'm building whatever. It's also hard to do this and also talk at the same time. Trust me. So maybe this is a good way for me to see if I can, how much information I can add. Maybe I'm going too fast. Maybe I'm gonna make only what is super basic for drawing the head. Like, so I'm testing, guys, right? This is the first session. This is the first time I do this. It's also helped me for my practice. And you can see how I do this stuff, right? When I do the structure, right? I find the circle, I found the center line, find that side of the face here, right? Try to find that side. But look at the neck. The neck, it gives you so much gesture, and yet we don't forget about gesture here, right? We get that neck there. We get that nice shape. And I'm gonna give you a tip, probably one of the best tips I learned for drawing heads. Okay, this is probably my one of my best tips that I have, and this is what they use in painting, when they do like painting in Italy and all these people. Like, I saw that it's like, to do a head with gesture, just draw an egg, and then from one of the sides just bring one line like this, and then you're gonna have a face with more gesture and more flow to your thing. So, right? So you always can have that tool there. It's great. I love this because I when I saw this face of this head, I will do that. I probably will draw this big mass of the face, and then I'm gonna bring one line from the ear, right? This is the ear, and then from there I'll bring that neck, and then boom, we get a nice gesture face that we can start dividing. So that probably will be a way for me to build the structure, like at the level where I'm drawing, right? Kind of complicated, but simple, right? Right? So yeah, just keep this tip for you. This is probably one of my best tips ever. Just draw that egg, and then draw that neck, and then you're gonna have, if you see all the old paintings from the masters, from Michelangelo and all these dudes, they always have that kind of gesture where they're looking up to the sky because the angels are coming or whatever, right? So this is a good way to do that, right? Like, so if you look at some Michelangelo drawings, and you will see how most of the drawings have that kind of flow, and it's very appealing, and it works pretty well, right? I know this can be too much information, but again, you can come back to the video, you can watch it again, and you can have fun. But I found this tip. Some water. I found this tip when I was living I was studying art in Italy, and I look at the wall. There were a lot of paintings on the wall, like a fresco, whatever. And some parts were like coming down, and I saw the under sketch, and that under sketch was that kind of like egg shape like this, and then with the neck and everything. And it kind of like wow, make things so much simpler, you know. And then you can divide it. You can put the eyes and the nose, and then you can build whatever, right, on top of it. So, well, the photos have been changing, so apologies for that. The photos have been changing, but I just got into this. Yeah, the video is gonna be recorded. So I'm gonna go and make another layer, right? It has only been like an hour, right? So I'm gonna reset this drawing here and let the photo, and we're gonna go to like, yeah, let's go to this one. This one is a great one. And let's match the face. Come on, yeah, that one. So this is gonna probably help us when we are drawing our practices, right? So again, I'm gonna go with a sphere. Gonna go with a sphere again. I want to throw that center line there. Sphere, center line. But look at the pictures that you have, right? And you can see that it's a 3/4, and then you can have that sphere. Trying to find the side of the sphere. Draw a line dividing that. Remember, all of these steps are on the tutorials down there. So you can check the tutorials and learn this step by step. I explain it really like slow there, right? So I have that structure there of the face. Try to find the jaw there, the jaw. I look at my reference here on the screen of the face with the planes, and I notice that there's almost like a straight line for the jaw, right? He has a very defined, cheekbone, right? Cheekbone, and then a straight line to the chin, and then the rest, right? I try to like add some divisions. Don't forget about the ear. Sometimes our drawings might not. Sometimes when we're drawing our characters, the hair will cover the ear, but always draw the ear so you know where are your proportions, or where is the angle of the face and everything. Don't forget to draw the neck. Add some gesture to the neck. Don't draw it like with the straight lines, because it looks like a robot or something, right? And if I have this, I mean, this worked pretty well. I'm gonna add some of the hair, some of the bangs of the hair. Try to design the head, but also try to add the shape of the hair that she has, and then it will help us more. Always draw the hair, and instead of drawing the hair step by step or like line by line, just try to find the silhouette of it, right? The basic shape. That's what we're looking here. Basic shape, angles, straight lines, and that will help us to study. Okay. And remember, this stuff takes a lot of practice, guys. I've been practicing this stuff, and I still practice whenever I can. I almost like every time I'm gonna draw, I like to practice this stuff, because I personally still need to improve a lot of things in terms of like more specific parts of shadows that I need to improve my drawings. I think like now, like these photos are changing too fast, I think. So let's change it to a little bit more longer time. I think these are 3 minutes is too hardcore, right? So let me change the settings, and we're gonna make them, let's make them like 8 minutes. I know it was like 8, that's 8 minutes. No, let's see, 5 minutes. Let's do it 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes there. And change it. We're gonna come back to this face that I was drawing. I know it's gonna be repeated soon. Right? So this is part of the structure, and I draw again and again and again. I'm probably gonna do like another session where I'm just drawing freely. So let's move this to the side. And yeah, let's draw this guy here, right? Again, I'll draw a sphere. Draw a sphere, and I'm gonna try to see what I'm looking at, and then try to bring that center line. This guy basically has the same jaw as this other character, right? As the mannequin. Try to add the side of the face or the head of the skull, and then bring that line down. Divide that circle here, divide it down so we can find the jaw. Mark where you think the jaws might gonna be. Remember that we can change this later on. This is just a rough or like a basic way of drawing this stuff. So if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. Maybe I need to expand more for the cheeks, and I can bring that neck. Oh, sorry, the ear. Forget the ear. Tiny ear. He has a tiny ear. So from the ear, we're gonna draw that line going down. No straight. Don't do like a straight line, please. And then we draw the other line. Then we have our neck. We can also add some shadow there. I like to add some shadow to start creating some kind of volume for myself. And then I noticed that my center line is not really center, so let's correct that. And let me erase here. And then I can start dividing, right? I see my ear, and I try to see like, well, if I draw a line like this, they're kind of aligned to the eyes. Maybe my ear needs actually to go lower. So don't be shy and move it, right? Because for me, I think this head is more like this. Yeah, I think for the next time I do this workshop, I'm gonna do the box so you guys can see what I'm seeing, right? So it's more like this. So I need to find that kind of angle for the forehead, right? Yeah, I'm planning to keep doing these live drawings or study sessions of the head. So I'm gonna be doing more. Let's find the bottom of the nose. And then will you find it with the bottom of the ear? Bring that line to compare. And probably around this area, that's where it's gonna be, right? It's a little bit wider, so make that wide. He has a very big lips, so try to add that in there. Draw the shape, but also look at the mannequin, right? Mannequin. Another way to get a better way at proportions is just create that nose bridge there. That shape there is pretty useful to start dividing the face, right? And I like to draw two spheres. Bring that line in there. If you see the figure or the mannequin that we have, it will help us to inform our drawing of the angles. It's always useful to do that. So that's why I brought this, because instead of explaining all of that, I can explain, but you can also see and compare, right? And you have a better idea. I wish I had known about these heads like when I was starting to draw, of these heads with all the planes. I didn't know that until like many years later. It would have helped me so much. I just found out after like 5 years or more than that drawing, and like, what? This is amazing. I didn't know because I didn't have any classes, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, because I'm sharing my knowledge. I didn't know about this later on in my art career, so I want to help you guys. So anything that you find on the face, on the photo that you see, maybe you can make a mark and then compare your proportions, right? Also look at the shadow shapes that comes from the cheekbones to the mouth, to the corner of the mouth, to the bottom of the chin, right? It's pretty good. Oh no, the thing changed. We will come back to this one again, right? I'm just taking more time. But this is a good way to build the structure, right? We can start building from this and this and this. Before I move on, and I want to explain a little bit some things that I think you guys are asking me. So I'm gonna give this tip about finding the size and distance from the eyes. And let's see, we change the plane to, let's see, the planar front, right? I like to think about this in a graphic way. I think about the eye as a sphere and then the other eye as a sphere, right? But we want to have like a center line that divides that. So that will be our center, right? Then look at this shape in the figure, in the model, right? In the plastic head. It's a little bit more complicated in this model there. But if we find this shape that is for the nose, that will help us to find the distance for our eyes, right? Because then later we can bring that kind of shape, right? And this one is divided in more pieces, right? I like to divide it probably in less pieces, but this is a more simplified way, right? Then later you can add whatever, your eyes and all the stuff. And well, one of the rules, it says like between an eye and another eye, there's another eye, right? So probably this is a good way to, you know, find the distance, right? Between each eye, there's another eye. But I like to think more about this shape here, because it gives me more structure if I put it in perspective. If I put it in perspective like this, then I have a better way of building from there. And then I can bring the sphere of the eye more like inside the skull, right? More back to the skull. And this line that comes from here to here, that's where we cry. This is where we cry, right? I'm gonna get some water too. Don't use the eyebrow to find a structure. That's not the right way to do this, right? Even though it looks like an eyebrow, notice how like in the real structure of the figure that we have here is more like 1, 2, and 3. This will be the side of the face, right? And we have an eyeball here. What happens is that this is the bone structure, but our eyebrow will go over this. And that's something that is more, it's complicated, but not so complicated when you start seeing those little difference, right? Like if you touch your eyebrow, you will see like touch the corner of your eyebrow, and then you will see it's not in that corner of your skull, right? Right. So yeah, this is like some tips there. There's a lot of tips about head drawings, again, like I said at the beginning. So those things are like you can find in there, in other channels as well. I'm gonna try to keep bringing more of this knowledge out for you guys as I go. But this is a live stream where we can just talk about this more openly and have fun, right? So I'm gonna bring some of the head again, and then we can move on. All right, let's do some more drawings of the heads. This one is nice, and it's a female. Let's hide these ones. I get confused. Yeah, this one. Right, so we're gonna, let me get a candy. All right. So we're gonna draw that sphere. We're gonna draw those lines from the side of the face. Find that ear. Notice that the ear is pretty low, so that let us know that our head that we're seeing is like in this box, in this kind of angle, right? pointing to that side. And then the neck is like this. So this is the basic direction of the elements, right? And so we have our head there, we have our circle. Sometimes we can bring the head, the back of the skull, and then bring that forward. It's another way of doing this, right? Sometimes can make our life easier, and that's why it's good to learn from different people. Bring that neck like this. Simple, nice. Try to find the side of the head by adding that circle here, right? And find the division, define the center line. Right, so we have this information. I want to also add the hair. That'll start giving some kind of feeling of this person here. And I like to kind of measure with some straight lines from the forehead to the nose, trying to find that shape that I was talking before, right? Then try to find the eye. Find the eye, and then see how much the nose kind of overlaps. We're showing the bottom of the nose, and then we have the lips. And then we have the chin. We have that very sharp line from the cheekbones. Maybe this is something I'm learning today too. Don't forget, this is really sharp, straight line from the chin to the cheekbone, and then have that kind of division there, right? It brings a lot. So I'm actually practicing with you guys. You know, I'm teaching what I know, but at the same time, I'm practicing this stuff, right? I'll draw my eye, draw the other eye, like giving some structure. But this is not how I draw the faces. Like, I'm probably gonna be doing all of these structure things. I'm probably gonna be drawing what I see more because I know already the structure, right? So I can start adding what I actually want to draw on my face. So I try to, like, once you learn all of this stuff, or as you go, you're gonna start like using less construction and then getting more of that drawing experience without struggling figuring out all of this stuff. Structure is good, but there's a point where you also need to draw more freely your drawings, right? That's what we want after all of this. Because if I have to do this structure every time I draw the face, I probably would get bored, or I would be like tired of doing this. Because once you know, but you have to keep coming back and practicing more and more and more. That happens to me. I'm drawing my anime characters and I'm using less structure for my anime faces. But when I come back, I'm like, oh man, like I need to practice. I'll go back a little bit and refresh on the planes of the face and all of this stuff. So we tend to forget, or we tend to like brush a little bit over some of the knowledge, because you can start forgetting about these things, right? Well, I was gonna add more specifics, but I mean, I can also create my face. I can create the faces myself, right? So that's just one of the example of it. I'm gonna do another one. Okay, and this one is cute, but this one is nicer because they are more angles, right? So I'm gonna try to simplify in my brain what I see first. Try to visualize that box. I can see like the lines of the eyes are like in this direction here, and probably our box is gonna be probably something like this too. Probably a little bit more radical like this, right? this is where we want to align things, like probably like my ear is gonna be around here. That's what I see first. When I see this photo, I don't think about, oh, what beautiful eyes, or what beautiful lips, or how cute she is, or whatever that stuff. I'm thinking about like, well, this is the angle of the eyes. These eyes together are doing this line. And then where is the ear? Is the ear like down here? Okay, right? So I try to find those angles first. I know I said about draw the sphere and all that, but this is when I look at the picture, not when I'm drawing. I look at the picture and I analyze this. Where are the eyes? Where is the ear? And then where is the rest? Okay. So that's why I say there are many ways of doing your drawings. Just keep it like keep doing these step by steps, and starting different approaches to this, and then you will, first it's gonna be more fun to do, and secondly you're gonna have more range, you know. So now I keep in mind that angle of the eyes, and now I'm gonna be drawing a little bit more freely without building so much stuff, because I feel like first I already warm up, but I'm gonna be laying what information that I need. Also remember that different features, different kind of races, like Asians have like different. The nose bridge is not gonna be like straight like this, like that. So it's gonna be a little bit more soft, more rounded, right? Also, the bottom of the nose, I like to make a line, compare with the ear to see where it is. It's a lot of comparison, right? The lips, I like to think about the lips as a whole shape, not as an upper lip, right? Just to start adding something there. Also, I like to add the eyeballs, even though she's like Asian and the eyes are like more has a different shape, or of the eyelid. Everybody has, or eyes are all the time like a sphere, that right inside our skull. So what only changes is the way we draw the eye, right? We can draw it like this, and then we're gonna have a different kind of race, you know. Those are the things that are more specific, right? We can have something more like this, more like European, whatever. But always draw the sphere, and then on top of that you can design the eyelid. Right? Also, don't worry, you can add some of the eyebrows, and then you can start comparing. Don't forget the hair. It's always good. I'm not gonna draw the hand because I'm lazy, or because I'm focusing on heads and not the hands. But even then we can, if we want to do that, we can just simplify that shape of the hand and just add that hand there later on. But I'm focusing on the face first. So try to add that. Even if you don't have the information, just, you know, be creative, have some freedom too, and draw the rest, right? The neck. Draw the neck, draw that nice hair there. And once you have this, this is more than enough to start, you know. You can go and draw more of what you see. And draw the eyes. Draw that nice shape. You can add a little bit of shade here to help you with the makeup. So do whatever you feel like it will help you to see more of the structure or of the face, to make it more like start taking shape a little bit, you know? Oh man, a photo change. But yeah, right, this is, well, once we have this, it's just about adding all of those nice details and all that stuff, right? So yeah, let's see. Here's another one. This is pretty similar. And yeah, like again, I'm gonna, you know, just draw my, I'm gonna draw my sphere. But wait, before we go there, I forget about it, because I'm used to draw on my own all the time. So now our box, if you see her eyes, they are not straight in a horizontal line. They have more of an angle like this, right? Yeah, actually I have to make sure that I see your video, the video. Is that right? More like this. And then from there we have the line, whatever. So this, having that main comparison, the first thing we see is that is important, because then maybe we can create our box where this head is gonna be living. I think my box is more like this. And feel free to correct. Nothing is perfect, just correct. Just try to correct and get as close as you can. So probably my line for the eyes are gonna be here, and my ear is a little bit lower, so my ear is gonna be a little bit like down here, right? The nose, whatever, the mouth, and blah 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 blah, all that stuff. But the box, don't forget that box, and then try to find the angle of the eye and the ear. Okay. Yeah, I have a tutorial about hair, so you can check that too. So I'm gonna draw this here, and let me see the time. So far has been an hour. I feel like I've been here for longer. But yeah, so I'm gonna draw my sphere, and I'm gonna bring that line, center line. Again, I like to make a line here for the eyes just to make sure like I'm getting the angle of it. Maybe draw that here. Try to draw where the ear is gonna be. Don't worry about drawing the ear like exactly what you see, but just try to find where it is. Where is that ear? Remember the cheekbones here? It's almost like a very sharp line, kind of like if I can cut it with a knife, basically, right? So we look for those lines that we're like, okay, so those lines that we're studying, right? I'm also learning. I'm practicing here with you guys. So it's always fun to do this stuff, because I'm also like practicing this, and I'm practicing this on my own. I do this on my own most of the time. Not like at this level of like all the structure. Sometimes, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do all this stuff because I want to like learn more about the planes. You see, there's a lot of planes on that face, and it can get really complicated. And when we draw anime that is very simple, complicated, say very simple, we can forget a lot of these planes. Like it's easy to forget exactly what is the planes of that. So that's depending on your style, right? So if you draw like comics or something like that, you're probably gonna know all these angles. When you draw like Batman, that's like basically that face there, right? You can draw Batman with all that stuff. So there's a lot of structure there, center line. Let's find that nose. And then we can have like a little bit of marks here. Another tip that sometimes I forget to say is that we have our eyes, and then from that end of our eye where we cry, we can draw a line down there, and then that will divide, or that will like tell us how wide our nose is gonna be. That's when you're looking for more likeness, right? I like to draw again the sphere, and then on top of the sphere draw the eyelid. So it's a lot of like three-dimensional thinking. It is hard. I won't lie. This stuff is hard. It is hard for sure. It is hard. So that's why it takes a lot of practice and all of that stuff. And then that's why I'm trying to help as much as possible, guys, so you can also draw, be a better artist, right? And the rest I can continue doing this on my own. Actually, I can create this already because I've done so many faces, right? Maybe I can make her smiling. Maybe I can add some lips here, more thicker lips, and then maybe soften a little bit that jaw, right? Maybe add more eyelashes, make this stuff cute, right? That's when you start having fun, once you already have like that base done, right? Maybe earrings, all that stuff. but I know it sounds like, oh, this stuff he make it look easy. I struggled, man. I struggled. I took classes, I did practices, I did a lot of mistakes, and even I still make some mistakes, and it's fine. It's okay. I don't consider myself to be like so perfect. But all of this just takes time and effort, so don't worry too much. Just have fun little by little. Un saludo a todos. Un saludo a todos. Posiblemente en el futuro haga un video en español. Very likely in the future I'll be making some videos like this, but in Spanish, so you guys can have fun. Porque sé que hay mucha gente que habla español y quiere que haga tutoriales en español, so stay tuned for that, right? So yeah, I think we're reaching 1 hour and a half, and I'm probably gonna be drawing a little bit more. I already warm up, but again, I just have don't forget these guys. It's always like I always have to say, look at the eyes. They're not straight like this, right? Let me find a way to say it. Put it here. They're not straight like this, right? They have an angle like this, right? So according to that angle, then we can do that. And I know that I said that, oh, just draw the circle and then just draw a center line. And this is like the base, right? The base of what we were talking. But with these kind of faces at this angle, this center line, you're gonna have to move it like way to the side. There's almost like so close to the other side, right? That's how we can do these poses, and it gets more complicated because it's more three-dimensionality, but at the same time it's fun because our face cannot be flat, right? Oh, I forgot to move the head. Sumimasen. Moshiwake gozaimasen. Boku wa machigaimashita. And also, let's use the hair. Let's use the hair that she has there. It's also a good way to frame our drawing. Frame with the ear. Sorry, frame with the hair. Those ears are kind of, fashionable. And they have like their earrings and all that stuff. So you can add that information just to, have an idea where things are placed. So everything that helps you to keep it simple and to find the proportions, just do it, right? The nose, I wanna like maybe find the nose like according to the ear. The ear here is not is a stretch, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to find that somehow, right? And here is important to look how you can see a little bit of the eye, right? And the eye is the sphere that I always talk about, and the eyelid. And find the nose. The angle of the nose is important to find that. It's hard. These drawings are hard, but for me are fun to do, right? The lips. Trying to find the lips. They're looking like that, more like this. The angle is not like this. Remember, it's more like this. So you have to follow that angle of the face. Like, try to find that. Follow it, right? Try to keep those angles, those lines, the same way. Because if you do it like this, then your drawings are getting wonky, weird. Draw that center line. Lips for days. Draw that jaw. That jaw there. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't look correctly or like perfect, right? So draw that shape there that I told you. And you can add the other eye. And now we have a different face, right? But I will come back to this, and I'm gonna increase I'm gonna increase the size of the time of our drawings, because I feel we are running out of time and I'm explaining a lot of things. Okay, so I'm probably gonna come back to this, and let's do another one. Let's do another one, and then I'm gonna move on for like a longer and a more like free drawing. Okay, For the brushes that are down there, you can find the brushes on the description. So, okay, gambarimashou. Again, we see this, right? We see how the eyes are more like this. So it's important to find that. And then the nose is more like this. So let's focus on those angles first, so that the rest is just falls in the same way, right? Guys, about reference, they are down there. You can find on the description all the reference, everything is there. Okay. Okay, so for the face, for this face, again, the box that we did before, like this. You can actually do this box just to keep a note, just to have a note if you guys are drawing the head. Just just draw that box there, just to make sure that you don't forget the eyes have this angle, and then where the ears a little bit around here, right? That's a mental note. That's an easy way to keep it, right? So I'm gonna draw the face, the skull here. I'm running out of space on my drawing. So I'm gonna draw the sphere or circle. I'm gonna bring this line down from the front of the face. I'm gonna divide this, draw a circle there, find that angle, right? And then bring the jaw. Something that I kind of like forget is like the jaw is not like this, right? It has an angle more like this. Can draw your chin and then bring that chin there. Don't forget the neck. Neck is not straight, it just has a curve. For those who have who are new, who are just arriving to the stream, the descriptions are down there, and the video is going to be recorded, and you guys can rewatch the video, and you can see all the techniques that I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm building. I want to add my ear, right? You can also start drawing a little bit of the shape of the hair. That will help us to, include that. Don't only draw the skull and whatever you see, but also draw a little bit of the face, of the hair, right? And then let's look at the model that we have down here, and we're gonna try to duplicate that. Kind of like try to like think about those planes. Bring the nose. Nose is popping a little bit, showing a little bit beyond the bone cheek here. We have our mouth, chin. Our eyes are deep on the skull, so we're gonna draw a sphere here for the eye, and then we're gonna start adding a little bit of the eyebrow. And I'm focusing a little bit more now on what I see in the photo with this model in specific. Kind of helps to study this. Once you have done the structure, I just don't want to repeat that again and again and again, because you guys can go back. So the hair will also give us some structure to define our head study, right? So keep it kind of simple. Keep it like with straight lines, curved lines, I don't know why I make them like smiling, but it's just me. Also, like, you can do the line from the part where we cry, the tear channel, I guess. And then we have this, right? Then I mean, we guys can come back and add the rest of the things that you want to add to the face. And these are done under 5 minutes, okay? So that's why I don't have enough time to complete the whole thing. And I'm gonna bring another face. None of these are the ones that I need. This one is kind of what I need, right? And this is another challenge, but again, well, I have a mess here. I like how I start drawing big and then it's getting smaller, 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 smaller. Alright, so let's draw that sphere. Draw that line for the front of the head. Don't forget to look at the model. Oh, again, our box. Sorry, guys. We have to find that the eyes have this angle, right? This is the angle of the eye, so we have to like bring that here. This is our box. Our ear is here, so don't forget that little box there when you do your drawings. Those are the things I look for when I look at the picture, right? So draw the head. Sometimes at this angle you can bring the back of the skull and bring it all the way to the front. You can bring that line. That will help us to create the whole shape of the face. Don't forget the neck. Look for the ear. Okay, the ear might be like around here. And again, if it's not looking correctly, remember you guys can move things. Also look at the earring, right? The earring can also let us know how far we should draw that earring, right? How much, what is the bottom of the chin and where is the earring, right? You know, it's all about comparison. And yeah, just comparing a lot your drawings, your proportions, and comparing different parts of the face with other parts of the face. Like the ear, the bottom of the ear here. Usually we say, oh, the bottom of the ear is the nose, but we have an angle here that we have to keep. We have to be aware of it. We draw our nose, a little bit more thicker there. Our mouth is bigger actually. She has a bigger lips. And that's where we can make corrections, right? Maybe we did this to, well, we did, no, I did. I don't want to blame you guys for the mistakes. Or the mistake, no, the observations. That's the part of the practice, right? I'm not taking these drawings too seriously. I'm just trying to do my best job adding the features and comparing the sizes and all that. Also, don't forget the hair. For this hair, probably you're gonna have to spend more time adding more, like, you can add some lines like this to create kind of texture, you know. Right? So like I said, you guys can always come back and watch the video and see how things are done again and again and again and again. I'll probably try to make some clips from this so you guys can see. I'm also gonna be adding timelines to the video, and my other videos have already timelines, so you can browse the information easier, right? And if you're working digital, remember you guys, we can lower the opacity, create a new layer, and then we can draw on top of it the lines that we need. And it's okay if we don't get it right, like exactly right. Like I said, we are not looking for likeness like exactly what we see, but we do our best. We do our best, and like I said, we have done hundreds of head drawings. And even though I did some head drawings like 2 years ago in a challenge of drawing heads, I look at them now and like, oh man, I know so much now. Like I can see the difference. And I guess that's good, no? When you can compare. You can probably put your eye design there, whatever. Alright. So I'm gonna stop this a little bit. I would like to show where are the drawings I did for this? Was it this here? I think I did some head drawings, and these are more for fun. you know, that I do on my sketch sessions on Twitch. Let me get this off, right? So these are like drawings that I do during my Twitch sketch sessions, and these are more free, these are more fun, these are more free to draw, right? I don't have a lot of construction everywhere, but you know, I try to practice that. I can, by now, by doing the practice that I just did, I can probably see some things that could be changed. Like some of the structure here is kind of a little bit weak, you know? The lips could have more like a nicer structure, and the angle of the eyes and the eyebrow, like I can start seeing some things that I'm missing. So that's good about practicing, right? You practice, you can come back, you can change your drawings, you can correct things after practicing, right? So you can do that. You can improve your drawings, you can make them better. Like I can see where some of my lines are not that secure, or like I'm not feel like confident there, and or where it could be improved. So yeah, this is what I do during my Twitch stream. I'm gonna take a little bit break, and we can talk here a little bit while I drink some water. It's good to take a little bit of a break, and yeah, you can guys ask some questions, and I can answer some of the questions. So. Whew. Yeah, I'm here. Whew. So this is a break time. Break time. Let's take a little bit of a break. I need to, like, don't forget to do that, guys. Stretch, move your hands. Yeah, move your hands and make sure to like stretch. Sometimes happens that we draw a lot, and we draw, and if it's like non-stop, our drawings are gonna look kind of weird. They are not gonna start looking great. You're gonna get confused. You're gonna get weird lines. So having a break is important, guys, especially drawing. I know I did, how many drawings I did already? Like a lot. Yeah, I can leave the reference here so you guys wanna practice that. Right? So probably gonna go back to here. Give you some of these. Meanwhile, I take a little bit of a break. How specific can you be in terms of tracing? I mean, trace. I will encourage that. Trace on top of the photos. Like you can create this. You can take the photo and then just draw where the structure should be, right? You can trace on top of that. You can draw the structure on top of the photo. That's another way to study. You don't have to do all the structure like on your paper. You can take a photo, and that will help you. Like that's another exercise. When do you notice when your art was getting better? It's just through time. Through time, you feel like your drawings are getting better, and I noticed that a lot of my drawings were in the past were more soft, and they were more free, because that's how I like to draw. I'm drawing more like a free, like I like to draw like with more freedom my characters and stuff. And that's probably what I'm probably gonna be doing on the next section. Like draw. I just like to draw instead of thinking about all the proportions and all that stuff. It can be a lot. I can draw like free, you know, have a little bit more of freedom and do whatever designs I want. But I know that my structure, face, and everything is looking good. You know, that's why it's great to do this exercise, because then later you can focus on have fun with it. That's the thing, have fun with it, and then draw your characters however you want to draw them, and you can have more fun with it. That's probably the teaching I wanna also let you guys know, that you can draw. You learn doing all the construction, building all of the structure, building all of these proportions and stuff, but then later you want to be free from that and just draw freely whatever you want to draw. And when you think about the lines that you want to put, like you probably want to have a more natural drawing if you draw, you know, more free without thinking about all of that. Because, you know, after drawing a lot of all of these practices, right, you can have some more freedom with your things, and you're gonna have a better characters later on. So it's just that struggle. Like you start with gesture, and then construction. But a lot of people can get stuck in construction, and that's good, that's fine, because we have to go through that stage, that we need to construct, we need to understand how things are built. But then later you have to like break from that and just draw, right? Just draw the eyes and draw the things that you have drawn practicing so much, and right, you want to have that freedom. And if you think you are missing if you think you are missing something, then you're like, oh well, I know that I can, you know, go back and probably measure a little bit better where I want my features and build my drawing, right? Can go back and measure and do a quick measurement, and then add our character or features, right? That's like when we draw anime, right? We will draw the eye, and then we draw the mouth and whatever, and then we have our character. So we want to get to that point where we get a lot of mileage, and then we can draw whatever. I can also draw a bunch of guys, right? Because you already know that that structure, right? Like the hard structure. But then you can you know, go later and exaggerate things, and maybe make like a big nose, and the mouth is the bigger mouth, and big jaw dude, right? With a very low eyebrow, like, you know, maybe smaller eyes, with more like this guy is going through some stuff, right? Long ears, you can get some really long ears, and this is like exaggerating all of the proportions that we have, right? Maybe like a smaller head at the top, right? Some shadows, and some like the nose, we can even go further, and that you can do like caricatures, or maybe you can, you know, be more playful with your art, because you know the structure under it, right? And that's how you can create cool monsters, cool characters, right? Right? Then we created a character based on the structure that we did, and we can go further ahead if you want, right? And I like to draw this kind of like dudes. I like, all like, it is fun, and it's not the same as drawing like a girl all the time that is like perfect lines and beautiful lips. It's just like crazy, like fun, right? And I have done a lot of cartoonish stuff too. I like draw cartoony things, like where you use a shape, like long shape, and then you have like bigger ears, and then you have like a nose that like this, you know. right? It's about shape. You just design your shapes. And you can create cartoon things and have fun. I like to have fun with this stuff too, right? Maybe like smaller, maybe like with some glasses or shit. You know? Konnichiwa, Nayama-kun. Irashaimase, irashaimase. But anyway, these drawings are just an example of like things that can be done after you know all the structure and you practice a lot this stuff. Let's see. Somebody says, have you ever drawn characters, for example, fade haircuts? Yeah, dude, that's easy. Just like do like this, and then with the thing, with this tool, smudge tool, you can create a fade. Right? Having that gradation there will help you. Yeah, you can create characters like Frankenstein or whatever, right? So we have here already almost 2 hours in our live stream. I thought about doing like more drawings of 10 minutes, or I can go a little bit more longer than that, or just draw more like free drawings or of the from the reference, right? So let's see how much time I have on the drawings here. This is 5 minutes. So yeah, I think like 5 minutes will be good. We can do a couple of 5 minutes and then we can call it a day for the string. This string is good because I learned how to pace myself. I'm gonna make other ones in the future where I teach all this stuff. Yeah, as soon as this string is over, it's gonna be live. It's gonna be there on YouTube, and I'm gonna break down the timeline so you can browse. You can browse all of this stuff, right? Okay, so yeah, let's do some drawings here, guys. Let's see what we have. I already did this one. For example, like let's go with this guy, Clint Eastwood, right? And I will do the same. And this is gonna be more like a caricature. Maybe not the most fun thing you guys want in terms of like anime characters and stuff like that, but it's fun. These are probably the most fun drawings, and especially if you're gonna do characters and things like that. I like to see the shape. It's like a long shape for the face. The eyes are like tiny eyes. Nose is triangular. Look at the mouth. It's like this, really skinny, like small lips, and very pronounced cheekbones there. Right, cheekbones. Like that. And then the hair. The hair is like crazy, right? Maybe that's the part that is fun. The hair is just crazy, like it's going everywhere, right? Even that, but it has a kind of like a direction, right? Long ears. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna like lower a little bit, erase a little bit. And then I want to focus on that eyebrow there. It's like he's not happy. He's not happy at all. Right? He's not happy. But again, I'm thinking again about the structure, right? It'll be the structure, right? The nose. Can do the nose there with some shadow shapes. Right? Shadow shape for the nose. I like how the cheekbones are like just so intense there, right? Short but very long yaw, right? So I recommend you guys to also draw these kind of things. First, it will give you more range if you guys wanna draw in the wanna work in the game industry, you guys wanna work in the animation industry someday, if you guys want to like create for like animated features, you guys wanna create for yeah, you guys wanna be, you know, working in video games and stuff like that, or even just creating your manga. Because even if you have your manga or your comics and you want to draw all the characters, you don't want them to look the same as your main character, right? So if you see like Boku no Hero Academia, if you see other animes, if you see Naruto and all of these, they have different characters, and all of them they have like different things. Just imagine like this is the evil mastermind that is controlling a dungeon or come with a story, right? This is the guy who controls the, I don't know, the evil magic or whatever. But you need to have that, right? You want to make your manga, you want to make your comics, you want to create some variety. If you look at One Piece, they not all the characters look the same, right? They look a lot of difference. They look different, and they have a like their way of being. Like you recognize those characters. So not only draw cute anime girls, trust me, just draw other things as well like this, because you can create your, like I said, you can have more characters, more variety, and that will give you more chance to make something more cool for your comics or whatever you're planning to do, right? So don't limit yourself. Draw anime, draw characters with like anime features and stuff like that, but also draw something cool, like that, something different that will give you a lot of range for your drawings, right? And you see, I'm actually well known because I draw a lot of like female, like pin-ups, right? I draw a lot of pin-ups, but if I need it, I can just do this. And this is because I know my structure and I know how to design shapes, and I can have fun with this stuff too. And yeah, right? You want to have some variety on your drawings. You can also use like Liquify. I'm gonna use Liquify here, and probably wanna bring those. Yeah, right. I'm gonna bring those. This guy's not happy. We can experiment a little bit. Right? Well, obviously later you can go with your fancy things and add some scars or whatever thing your character is like known for. Maybe has like a symbol here, or I don't know, whatever thing you want, right? You can create whatever thing you want with this. So that's kind of like the point of what I'm explaining, right? Doing the studies, doing the practices, but then be free. You wanna be free, right? Add some contrast here. It's okay if the image change is fine. Sometimes it's okay if your image change and you're like, you know what, I want to finish a little bit of this, right? So that's just one example of like playing with having a reference and using the reference and moving using that reference and then moving to other things. This could be like Magneto, right? But still, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna draw a circle, a sphere. I will say sphere. Bring that center line. That line from the front, and divide this. Find the ear. Draw the jaw. Right. Draw the neck. See, the neck is not again straight lines. Right. The top of the ear will tell us where the top of the eyes or the eyebrows are. Also, it'll tell us the bottom of the nose. We have our mouth here, our chin, and then we have the shape of our eye. Notice the shadow there is a good way to create some form using the structure that we have. This could be like any Magneto, right? Could be like Magneto. Could be any character, right? Could be like a Batman, right? Can do the nose. And yeah, like this session here right now, because I know you guys are talking about like open mouth or do it characters doing other things. I'm gonna do another string in the future where I work on facial expressions, where I work on other things. This is more like a head drawing practice for us here. But I'm going to make another live stream for drawing faces with more emotion or more feeling to them, right? These are very straightforward drawings, right? Straightforward drawings. So don't worry, I'm gonna do that, right? You can also use this as a, I don't know why, but I feel this guy's like, it could be a nice Magneto. Reminds me of Magneto, so. And I know probably the face is covered with other things, but right? So we can build whatever we want after like creating this base, right? Like light down, light a little bit those features, and then from there we can create some, add some of that design. You can see how he is focusing, has a little bit of a focusing, menacing face. We can push that more in our drawings, right? But by you guys are asking how often I string. I string every Saturday 6 p.m. So you can put that on your calendars. p.m. I'm streaming, doing these sessions. I'm trying to come with ideas and more content for you guys. So I'm trying to do that as often as I can. Every Saturday, 6 p.m. I'll be here sharing knowledges, talking. I might do a surprise stream where I'm just drawing, having fun. You can also check my my Twitch channel. I have a Twitch channel where I stream regularly during the week. So Twitch during the week, YouTube during the weekend. I found that that's the best way for me that it works. Okay. Right. But yeah, guys, I definitely encourage you to draw a lot of this structure, learn from other people, check the reference that I have on my Pinterest, check all the information that I've been putting out on the tutorials. There are tutorials on the description, like down here on the description of the video. There are tutorials. There are the tutorials. There are the Pinterest board is also there, so you can check that in the Pinterest board, and you can practice that, okay, step by step. I'm gonna be adding more videos and more stuff, so be patient and doing what I can. You know, I know you guys have been having fun with the stream, so I'm happy because of that. And remember, you can watch this is gonna be recorded. Sí, también hablo español. Ok, hablo español, chicos. Estaré haciendo en el futuro estaré haciendo algún directo en español. Tal vez habrá un canal en español. I might be opening a channel for Spanish only, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop streaming here or anything. That's in a few months, right? But anyway, right? We have fun with this, man. We have fun with this stuff, but just remember, guys, just to draw all of this stuff with the construction and everything. And I know I ended up drawing all the things because at this point I already warm up and I think I'm deviating from this from these poses and all this stuff that we are doing here, because we're already reaching the 2 hours. So but we can have fun, right? We can create all the characters or the other things based on the reference, right? So again, I'm gonna draw my sphere. I'm gonna draw the front line for the face. I'm gonna see where the tilt of the eyes. Try to find that ear on the side. Bring that jaw to the front. Draw the neck. And this guy could be like, what kind of character could be from like a superhero or two, right? It has a vibe of like Gambit or something like that. Gambito. Gracias por seguirme en Instagram, muchachos. Thank you very much for following on Instagram, on the social media, for subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe on the channel. I would love that if you guys can subscribe. So yeah, so I'm adding all the marks that I need to find my proportions. The eyes are there. Trying to find the front of the forehead, the nose as well. I want to find the bottom of the nose, so I look at the ear and I try to bring a line somewhere there, right? Gracias, muchachos. Also, I might make a Japanese stream someday. 日本語でストリームがしたいと思いますけど、日本人のフォロワー方があまりがないので、多分うまくいかないかも。But I could make one in Japanese. That'll be fun to do. I just don't know who's gonna watch that stuff. But I know in Spanish you guys have been wanting, so asking me a lot for doing this in Spanish. So. Muy pronto, chicos, muy pronto. Estaré avisando. Poco a poco. 少しずつで進むと思います。Right? I like the eyebrows are very cool, right? Cool. To the front, this could be like a Gambit. This guy is serious. By the way, guys, don't smoke cigarettes. It's not good. Don't smoke cigarette, even though it looks cool. かっこいいけど It's no bueno. No bueno. Right? So looking at the reference, but at the same time, I want to make Gambit. So Gambit should have more of like shape there. And I'm gonna bring my head reference, looking to the other side. This one probably, yeah. So we can see the planes of the face, and then I can add some more lines to make this character a little bit more older. And right, I like the shadow that it makes here. Yeah, so no smoking, guys. Just for cool characters, but don't smoke. タバコの吸うはダメです。危険です。Right? So we put some hair here. It give me vibes of more like a Quicksilver. But it will be fun to see Quicksilver from Marvel to like smoking cigarette. I don't think he smokes cigarettes. He cannot run that fast. Right? Yeah, something like this would be good. So yeah, I'm probably gonna like take this and I kind of lower the opacity. I like to lower or erase a little bit to actually go back and redraw. I can redraw this with more kind of like doing line art, but no, it's not line art. It's more like redefining the shapes, because I did a lot of little of shapes, and you guys see this is completely different to like what you guys are like kind of used for my work, right? My work is more more girls and more pin-ups, but this is the knowledge that we have to keep practicing, even though we draw. If we draw like those characters and more like sexy stuff, it's good to have this knowledge. Also Gambit, don't forget. I think making Gambit, obviously you need to have that kind of design of the costume. I don't know if if the ear is showing. Not sure. I'm gonna draw it, but so if I don't answer your question yet, it's not because I haven't read it. It's because I'm drawing and talking at the same time. Right? I think the 90s Gambit has more of a here, like, I don't know about this. Maybe it's longer, right? I don't know. So anyways, guys, I think this is good. This is fun sketching, right? Just fun sketching, fun drawing, practice, head drawing. Because I know the past string has been more of me doing gesture, and I know you guys asked me for more head drawings, and yeah, I even covered some of that, some of the caricature way of doing things. I like to do a lot of caricatures of people. You can see them on my sketchbooks, right? And you see, all of this is, I'm already looking at the reference. The reference is gone. Sorry, the reference is gone. So now I'm kind of referring to the knowledge that I have from doing all those studies like early on, right? So that's another way of studying, right? Just draw, and then later on try to create something from imagination and try to see what can you bring back to the table. Don't forget a little bit of like hair there. And this guy's smoking. Again, don't smoke. And another step you guys can do after it is just to redefine. Take a bigger brush and define that shape again, right? So this is how we also use reference, right? We use reference to practice, to draw, to create characters, and then use our imagination at the same time. But always learning the structure of the face, of the head, and learning all of that will make us a better artist. Don't get discouraged because it takes time. It takes time to reach that. It took me a lot of time to do that. I'm trying to make it easy for you guys so you also can practice this. Like, nobody taught me this, and when nobody told me this from the start, so my heads and my drawings were really bad. So trying to give back to you guys what I know, even though, like, you know, because I struggle a lot, and probably that's one of the reasons I want to do the channel in Spanish, is because I know we in Latin America, we need more people teaching about art and drawing. There's already a lot of channels here with the good content in English, so. But I know you guys want it too, so don't worry. I'm not leaving anything. I'm just thinking about how can I reach more people to make them improve. I want people to get better. Sometimes when I do the drawings, I figure out like my proportions are not that great, or I can change things, so liquefy that stuff. So I think I need more. My head should be more wide. It's not looking. So that comes with time where you can see this stuff. I know the images are like just going through, but yeah. Right? So you guys have these and all that. I'm probably gonna be ending the stream pretty soon. Well, first I'm getting tired and I don't want to make the video too long. Hola Rey, te conocí en Anime New York City, eres mejor. Ah, como gracias chicos. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. So I prepared a lot of, this one is good. This one is nice. We did a lot of this one. Sometimes they repeat. I have some references that I haven't shown yet. This one is cool. Let's do a quick drawing of this. I'm in the mood. Right? This one is cool, right? So I draw the circle, the sphere. I look at the photo, center line. Look that it's not straight, it's a little bit tilted to the side. Yo, just try to place the element, the ear, very important, the ear. Look how the eyes are tilted to one side, right? Maybe make this more like narrow for her face. The jaws is stronger with the force. Let's draw the neck. Don't forget the neck, guys. I also have a tutorial on how to draw the neck, because that part, the neck is something really hard. It's hard, but at the same time, it's not that hard once you like manage to understand the proportions and stuff, right? And I don't see her hair. I don't see the hairstyle that she has, but I'm gonna go with something more like maybe something more like sombra. Maybe fade on the side. Somebody say if I draw fades, right? So I want to capture, I want to know where the eyes are gonna be placed. I want to see the nose is gonna be placed. Also the mouth, maybe the mouth is around here, right? But we want to, when we draw expressions, and this is probably gonna go in the future tutorials or whatever I'm doing, is you have to think about where the face is pulling, and the face is pulling this way, right? There's like she's rising her eyebrows, rising her lips. So there's a lot of that movement, that direction going on this side of the face. The other side of the face is more neutral. So thinking about that, I will follow my heart, right? So it rises, the eyebrow goes up. Also the nose goes a little bit up. And the lips, remember, see the teeth are the same, but the lips go up, right? So remember, the left side is more like neutral. She's looking to the side, so maybe add some dots there as a reminder for where she's looking at, right? Cheekbones. Again, this girl is smoking. I don't know. You guys don't smoke it. You smoke, you die. You smoke, you die. Don't smoke. So thinking about that kind of like expression, right? When I bring the expression, maybe I change a little bit the expression on the other side to make it more wild, right? One eye is more open than the other. Okay, like that. We have that. So sometimes well, sometimes not, more often than not, we're drawing, and halfway of our drawing is like, oh man, it doesn't look that great. Like, I don't like my drawing. It's not working. Like, you know, sometimes you have to pull through, right? Like, I'm seeing this, I'm like, I don't think this is good, doing the thing, right? But I gotta be patient. I gotta have my time to add the elements, and then things are gonna start like look and start getting to start fitting together with each other, right? So especially the eyes, like when I start like adding this stuff like this, you know, can create more of that feeling, adding more of that character there, defining distance. Don't forget the distance. Yeah, some eyebrows, some eyelashes. The eyebrows are really dark, so want to accentuate that. Even if probably the jaw looks more very masculine, so maybe you want to like make it soft, right? And again, also the neck is not helping. It's very thick, so let's reduce the size of the neck. Females have like slender neck, right? And well, we lost the reference, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna continue without it, right? We already got the information anyways. We got the information from the reference, and now we can just continue on our own. We can add more of the design. We can add I don't know, earrings or whatever we want. We can add some like design by, you know, cutting something in the eyebrow, or like, you know, that this is when having more references will help, and we can have more references, and we can have more fun having more references. Also can use the smudge tool and, you know, you know, blend a little bit. Sometimes you get too much construction in the middle, and this is Procreate, so you gotta do this on Procreate too. You can do this on digital as well, but this way we can clear a little bit of that construction lines, and also it creates some kind of tone in our drawing, right? Well, like I said, we have to be patient. We have to be patient have patience when we're drawing this stuff. So because as we draw, we will see that sometimes we're like I'm doing this step, and then you're like, oh man, like I'm losing my drawing. Like, nah, I don't think so. I think I can like go back and then I can make it better too, you know, because I'm creating more value here. You will see how it will get way better. You have to be patient, guys. Patience. Okay. So I'm gonna work on the eyes a little bit more. Kind of redefine the shapes or design our drawing a little bit, right? Maybe some eyelashes, very long ones. Maybe wanna accentuate that kind of eyebrow there. And this is coming easily for me because I already did this practice. I have been drawing for like 2 hours and 20 minutes, right? So this practice is a little bit more, this drawing is coming a little bit more easier to me because I've been doing this for 2 hours and 20 minutes. However, I'm getting tired, so that's another factor to take into account. If you start getting tired, take a break. I cannot take a break because you guys are here and I don't want to disappoint. Right? But anyway, so yeah, we're working on our lips, adding some value there. We can draw a little bit of the teeth there. Right? And also just have fun, guys. Have fun with your drawings. Have fun with it. Even if it's not looking like right at the beginning, have fun and experiment with your drawings. Even if your style is like anime, even if your style is more like anime or comics or whatever, just change things around, right? Probably would like to add something like a tattoo of some sort. And this is the part that is fun, right? We can have a lot of fun doing this stuff. I'm having fun. I don't know about you. I'm having fun, right? Can define the nose. Can even pull a little bit this. Yeah, no, I don't do it after this. After this, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna eat something nice, and I'm gonna play some video games and chill. But anyway, I want you guys to remind you that you guys can subscribe to the channel, so you get new videos, you get information about that. I'm being more active on the channel this year, so I'm looking forward to do that. So the more people who can see these videos and learn from them, it'll make me happy for that, but also will increase the channel. And yeah, I just want to make more people like learn and motivate more people to draw, right? So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check my Twitch. Twitch is gonna be more chill. I did some drawings of Bai or Bay, B or B from Pokemon. I did Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil. So I'm doing some drawings on Twitch during the week. So make sure to follow there on Twitch as well. If you wanna keep checking more drawings and more stuff. I'm working hardcore, guys, on a lot of things that I wanna bring for the channel, tutorials and all that stuff. You can also support me on Patreon. I'm making this month or next month, I'm gonna make an exclusive video where I'm drawing a live model and teaching you more about drawing, and you guys also can practice as well there. And I'm probably not gonna be posting that video here on YouTube because it's very, sexy, explicit. I wouldn't say explicit, but this is sexy lingerie, and I don't want videos here can get like banned. Most of the videos I have done, they get like marked as an adult, so I'm not able to get any money from YouTube anyway. So I'm not getting any revenue from YouTube, but I'm doing it because I like to spend time here, and you guys can check my other places, right? So yeah, I have my Patreon. I'll be updating there, and Twitch, and so many things, guys. So many things. I'm also making a new sketchbook, a new book that is coming. Enero, febrero, marzo, around March. And now we're gonna like add some highlights. That's a Reiq detail brush. It's very sharp. Right? Adding those cool highlights on our drawing on the lips. Yeah, the sketchbook is looking pretty good. I know I don't want to be like pretentious about it, but the cover came out pretty good. I like how it looks, and I'm talking to the printers, and I'm excited for that book, to be honest. It's been like 2 years since my last book. So yeah, you see? So yeah. And this is how we have fun, guys. This is how we have fun with our drawings, and we have fun after studying all the proportions, and yeah. So okay. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll be around. I'll be around everywhere. So make sure to check the Pinterest that is downstairs, that is down there. Pinterest, all the tutorials, brushes, and all that stuff is down there. And make sure to check Twitch and subscribe to the channel. Así que, por favor, suscríbanse al canal, chicos. Me ayudaría mucho si se suscriben. And so, 皆さんも登録してください。登録してください。チャンネル、に登録してください。できれば。めちゃくちゃありがたいですね。Okay? So, I'm gonna be ending the stream. Yeah, right now because I'm tired. But I just wanna say, keep drawing, guys. Keep drawing. Remember to watch the video again. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. And thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. More stuff incoming. More things are coming, so more stuff coming, okay? Yay! And now I'm tired and I'm gonna go to eat some food. Now this is not cheese smoking, but this is the soul of this guy. Gema. 疲れてるゲマ。Right? Yeah, see you on Twitch. See you during this week that is coming. So, thank you guys. You are the best. You guys have been checking the stream often and checking all the things and supporting my channel. So, I'm really happy for all of that stuff. Okay? So, keep drawing, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you next time. All right. Take care, guys. ありがとうございました。おー、ありがとうな、南山くん。登録もしたんだ。ありがとうございます。Thank you very much, guys. 안녕하세요. 안녕. Ciao, chicos. Y no fumen. Don't smoke. It's bad for your health. No fumen, chicos, ¿eh? No fumen. Okay? Bye. Take care. See you next time. Adiós. Chao. Hasta la próxima, chicos.